we are being recorded, and I can give them the tips. Anyway.
Watch my language. Watch your language.
Ha! That's not happening.
What?
I'm not watching my language. The F-bomb will fly. If it's good enough for Sean, it's good enough for me, man. So today's the first day of Fitmas, and what I'm doing right now is the hybrid calendar, which I have. Oh, I hung it up over here. Which means today was Alpha T25 for me. And I actually forgot how much just 25 minutes can actually get you pretty sweaty. That's pretty cool. I wanted to make sure I go on video and let you guys know I had an issue with my neck. So between my neck vertebrae and middle back, whenever I did a jump, it was causing excruciating pain. So sometimes because I've been in a car accident, these kind of things happen. Well, that's what the modifier is for. It doesn't mean I have to stop. It doesn't mean I can't complete the workout program. It just means that for that moment, I use the modifier. And what I did personally was to stop the workout completely for a couple of minutes because of that pain just getting worse and worse and worse whenever I tried to jump, because you know, I'm really stubborn, so I wanted to jump anyway. And I had a foam roller that's about that long, and she's loving this. She's loving it. And I took the foam roller and I laid it down the center of my back, and I did what's called, it would be the equivalent of snow angels on the floor. And within just a couple of minutes, it was all fine, and I was able to complete the workout. So I want to give you tips. There are different ways to modify every single workout. And if you're having problems, please, all you got to do is message me, because I've probably broken it, strained it, or torn it sometime in my life, and I know how to work around it. that was my first tip. Tom, do you want to take some more tips for us?
Yes. One tip that I want to stress, and I put a post on Fitmas about this. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not at all selfish. Self-care is something that we need to do so that we can take care of others. And I know a lot of us are instinctively, well, I got to take care of all these people first, and y'all get to me later. And I have turned that thinking around, in that, no, I'm taking care of me first, and I'm going to make sure that I'm as good as that I can possibly be, so that I can take care of other people. Somebody asked me a while back what would happen if you were hiking and somebody fell down a small ledge or into a lake. Would you be able to pull them out? If somebody were in a burning car, could you get them out of the car? Or would you be yelling down, help me, help me, help me? No. I have to be able to do those things. So, and it goes for all of us. We have to, if we're fit 100%, then we can help others when they need help the most. So, like in an airplane, the oxygen mask comes down. You take care of you first, and you can take care of all the little people around you.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I told you about this, but for the recording, I'm a rock climber, and there was an accident. Somebody that I was with fell and hit the rock, and we found out later that she ended up shattering her kneecap. And so it was about 3 hours of really, really rough terrain trying to carry her over in a litter after I had, tied a climbing book to her knee to stabilize it and some other stuff. But yeah, it's things like, it was a very simple trip. It wasn't anything big. It was literally, it's called the student wall. So it's where everybody goes to learn. So literally the easiest place to climb in that area, in that whole, region, easiest place to climb. Somebody got severely injured, and it became my responsibility and others' responsibility to, get her out of that situation, make sure she was safe. So like it literally comes when you're least expecting it.
Yep.
And I think that's when you need to be the most prepared. And I totally agree with that.
And I know a lot of people have young kids, and young kids, once they get used to you working out at a time, they'll come and join in with you. They'll sit and they'll watch. They'll play with their toys. They will do, once they know that this is your time, you know, then that's respected, you know, and a spouse is the same way, you know. I've had some discussions about, you know, this is my workout time. This I treat as if it were in a doctor's office at an appointment. I don't take phone calls. I don't answer the door. I don't, you know, people have called me and said, oh, you didn't answer. I said, no, I was working out. Oh, you couldn't stop to answer the phone? I said, no. This is my time for me. So, and that's, you know, and as Carla was saying earlier, modify as needed. You know, I'm probably the king of modify. Over the last 8 years, there has been no move at all in any of the programs that I have not modified in some way, shape, or form. But the key is push play and do something.
And I'm going to bounce off of that one where he said push play. Many times I don't want to push play. I don't want to, I'm cold. I'll be honest. I put my gym in my garage, which means I have to go out into the cold to go work out. And I don't want to. So I tell myself, and I literally tell myself this probably 3 to 5 times a week. Oh, I'll just do the warm up. It's okay. I'll go out, I'll do the warm up. And then I'm like, just do the warm up and maybe the first section, maybe till the first break. And then whoever the super trainer is says something or does something that gets me inspired to try to go to the next section. Then I'm done. And I don't even know where the time went. I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. I have sweat all over me, and I finished my workout. So sometimes you got to kind of fool yourself into finishing your workout, and that's perfectly fine too. Sean T of Insanity and Hip Hop Abs and the new Transform 20, all those workouts, all those crazy workouts. He does his own workouts, and he said that's how he gets through them. He'll just tell himself, I'm just going to do the warm up, and he ends up finishing the workout.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest. Mine's 80% energized, fueled. It's like I'll take energize, lay back down, and wait until I get the tingles, and it's so uncomfortable for me that I'm like, oh man, I gotta get up and do something. Energized, fueled. That's the only way the house gets cleaned, honestly, is if I've added a little bit of energize. I'm going to go over a couple other tips that some of the other coaches who can't be on the phone live gave us, and then I'm going to give it back to anybody who wants to add to this. And if somebody else comes on the call and has questions, you can answer questions, or we will answer questions. So
Angela's on the call. Is she not on video?
I don't see her. No, but she did leave me a couple of things to talk about. So I'm going to start with Wendy, who couldn't be on the call because she's still at work. She said, if you're having issues with weekend food choices, add a workout to compensate. That means if your weekend food choices aren't the greatest, and let's be honest, at Christmas time, there's a lot of parties to go to. There might be a couple of treats you had here or there. Notice I said treats, not cheats. They're treats. Add a workout. It's okay. If you can eat the same thing every day, like she does, then choose some healthy food that is your new go-to fast food, quote unquote fast food. So if you make up a big batch of stuff that you just really love, and I can also eat the same thing every day. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I can't. She can, no. But I'll make a big batch and then I'll freeze it and I'll microwave it. It's fast food. Bam, it's healthy. And then her third one was find a mentor that helps you stay on track. And that's what we're about. It doesn't have to be just your coach. There's plenty of people in our group that can be your mentor. I mean, sometimes I'm like, if they can do that, I can do this. So come on, Carla. And I'll actually talk to myself. And then
I want to comment on the eating the same thing like every day. I think that seems great, like the idea, but for people like me, that is like impossible. I can't eat the same thing every day. I get like, I don't know, like it just starts to feel weird in my stomach. So what I do is I'll make basics. So we have like this really good mixed wild rice, and I always make a chicken because it's really easy. And then we do like beans or, you know, some other staples. We make a big batch of staples. And then if you've noticed, like Mexican food is pretty much all like beans, rice. It's the same kind of thing packaged in different ways. And so you can take that idea of eating the same thing every day and make it interesting. Like I am a huge fan of spices. I think I have more spices in my cabinet than I actually have food. And fresh herbs make a huge difference. Like you may think that you don't like, you know, oregano, but you've never had it fresh. So try different spices, different spice combinations. We always have thyme. We always have rosemary, sage, oregano, like cilantro.
She's got a song.
I have
Sage, rosemary.
Oh. I didn't realize I was saying that. Okay. But yeah, just keep it fresh, keep it, mix it up, but you can still, you know, do that meal prep and have that diversity. And also, like, I think it's good for you. Like different types of spices have different, you know, medicinal benefits. We actually just had sorrel and mixed it into a homemade ramen. And we were like, oh man, we gotta eat this because it's going bad. And this is gonna be the grossest thing, but you know, we're gonna pound it down because we don't waste food in this house. And it ended up the best ramen I've ever had in my life. Like, it was so good.
So now I have to try it.
Now she has to try it, and we can't wait to go to the farmer's market because you can't find sorrel anywhere. But anyway, so yeah, staples, mix it up.
Yeah. Actually, to piggyback on that no, I'm not going to. Darren does talk about, Darren Olin is the creator of Shakeology. He does talk about the fact that you do need a lot of different kinds of foods. So if you're kind of the kind of picky eater and you don't eat a lot of different kinds of foods, if you have Shakeology, you got that base covered. So don't freak out and go, oh my gosh, I'm not eating blah, blah, blah. You probably have that base covered. You do have the base covered if you have Shakeology, so don't worry about that.
Just eat your colors.
Each color, taste the rainbow. And then, let's see, Angela said, instead of eating all of the Christmas treats, just have a taste here and there and bring more fruit into the house. So you can come up with different kinds of fruit treat recipes. And I think that's a really great idea. By the way, she said treats, Christmas treats. So one of the things I'll do is I'll make up some healthy treats that I can bring to a party so that if there's nothing there that I really want to have a lot of, I'll have something that's really, really super healthy treat. Now, the best thing for you to do, because all you want is the taste of whatever it is sitting there, is to take just little bites of things. You can cut a little piece off. It's perfectly fine. Don't get into listening to the Christmas bullies who say, oh, no, eat more of this, eat more. They're bullies. They really are bullies. So you can say to them kindly, I'm actually wanting to taste a little bit of everything. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to grab a little bit of everything and walk away. Because one of the things that Christmas bullies or holiday bullies will do is, if they're eating a lot, their own guilt, seriously, their own guilt is what's trying to get you to eat a lot more.
Or they're just trying to pawn off their leftovers on you.
You want to pawn off the leftovers. So you can kindly say, no. And here's the last little thing that I got from Becky. No is a complete sentence.
Ooh.
Yes. Remember that. You don't have to explain why. Well, you can just say, no, thank you. You can just say, no, thank you. And you don't have to say another word. What are they going to say to that? You know? It's a complete sentence. So remember that as you're going on. And my tip is bring yourself a water bottle. Always, or fill your cup with water. It looks like vodka if people are alcohol pushing. And drink water first. So water first, veggies most. So if they're not going to have a veggie platter, bring your own veggie platter. So water first, veggies most, and then you're not going to fill up on a whole roll of cookies.
Ooh, actually,
you may have one.
I have a great travel hack. So if you have a Camelback, if you don't have a Camelback, you should get one for one. It's a pouch, and it has a straw that comes, and you can put it in a backpack and keep it with you. But you're probably going to be driving for a long time to get to family, and so staying on top of your water when you're driving is really, really hard. So one of the things I learned from road tripping a lot is you take a small backpack or even like a running pack, put your Camelback in it, and put it on the back of your either like driver's or passenger seat. And usually they'll have a chest clip. You clip the chest clip, and it's perfect. Like you can drink out of it the whole time. You have something to chew on. I chew on the mouthpieces, which is probably not good, but yeah, but then you have easy access to water. They're really easy to just like carry around with you if you are walking around for a long time. So definitely Camelbacks are, one of my favorite things to keep drinking water, because I definitely, like if I even have a water bottle, like I don't want to open it. I have a big Nalgene. It's hard to drink. My boyfriend always shifts whenever I'm drinking out of my Nalgene, so I spill it up my nose. Yeah, so this was actually my solution to him not doing that while we were road tripping. So that's a really great, if you're going to visit family and you're going to be on the road for a long time, a way to stay hydrated. And when you're hydrated and then you go to your party, you're not as hungry. Okay, so
when we go to parties, I'll get a glass of water with ice in it, and then I'll put a slice of lime or slice of lemon in it so that it looks like it, so nobody knows what I'm drinking. And it said, would you like a drink? I have one.
Yeah.
I think so. That's brilliant. I did have a friend one time who brought a wine bottle, and he was swigging from it all night long. It was water. But I did notice he was drinking from the wine bottle all night long, and I asked him if I could take his drink.
I'm going to take your keys.
I'm going to take your keys, and he goes, you don't know what's in this, do you? And I'm like, no. He goes, have you ever seen me drink? And I said, no. He pours some out, and it's water. He was drinking water all night long, just messing with people. But I thought that was adorable and clever.
That's good.
I do have one more thing I wanted to say, and then I'm just going to leave it open. And if anybody has left you questions, and you guys, and Tom, if you want to say, hey, this question comes up all the time, you can answer it. I know. But I want to tell you that this book is probably a lifesaver for most people, for everybody. Yep.
Let's talk about this book.
Yeah, I'm talking about that book. Yep, that book. Darren Aline is the co-creator of Shakeology, and this is Super Life, the 5 simple fixes that will make you healthy, fit, and eternally awesome. And I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing. One of the things that he was talking about was even the healthiest kids are in danger. I get a lot of times people saying, well, you're telling me what to cook for me or what to make for me. What should I make for my kids? It should be the exact same thing, because I'm not putting you on these weird, freaky diets, and neither are any of your coaches. You're not being on this weird, freaky diet. This is a lifestyle, and you are eating real food, okay? And and I'm going to quote him. He said, even the healthiest kids are in danger. So we're talking about kids that are maybe small, fit, athletes especially. Because how many times have you seen the kids in high school, the athletic kids, go to, I'm not going to say the names of it, but they have fast food afterwards. That's what they have after their game. And that's what he's talking about. And he said, I wish I could convince these kids that if they eat lousy food today, they're incurring a nutritional debt that someday they will have to pay. I want to tell them that they can eat processed junk and soda and the rest right now and never feel a thing. One day, their bodies will be limited because of the choices they made when they were younger and immortal. Maybe it will be diabetes or heart disease or back trouble or painful joints or hypertension. And they'll ask themselves the question everybody asks at that painful moment, why me? But we adults know why. Our 2 biggest killers, heart disease and cancer, take decades to develop. They may start in childhood. Your kids are growing individuals and they should be fed the best food you can possibly, you should be giving them the fuel that will help their bodies grow correctly. This is not a weird, freaky diet. This is nutrition simplified. In Shakeology, it's nutrition simplified. In the nutrition, the way that we teach our nutrition, it is, you can give your kids veggies most. Heck, she used to think broccoli were little trees that she's eating. She was a big, giant monster eating big trees, you know.
Probably the only vegetable I ate when I was a kid.
Well,
but
yeah, no carrots. You like carrots too. Yeah. It was really challenging, but I would, tell her, like when the vegetables would go in her mouth and she didn't really want to, I'm like, no, don't eat me, and then she'd eat it.
I'm destructive now, actually.
It was really funny. So
JB, our grandson, his favorite is broccoli.
Really? Oh, that's so cute. Hands down. All right. Is there anything else we wanted to go over?
I wanted to mention, you had touched on it earlier, that this is a fluid group, and so that none of us are any better than anybody else. Everybody has different levels of experience and different things that they bring to the table as far as, and mentors for all of us. All of us need mentors, and it doesn't matter if you've been exercising for a week or if you've been exercising for 20 years. You can be a mentor to anybody, and you can, when you're showing the dedication, the commitment, and I'm going to bring up some names like Wendy, like Kara, like Kathy, like you, and that every day they're posting, and people can see that you're a mentor. So just because you think, well, I'm just starting out, you're here, you're bringing it to the table, you're logging your workouts every day, your Shakeologies every day. You're showing, hey, if I can do this, anybody can. And so really, you all inspire, everyone in our groups inspires me to push just a little bit harder each day. And, the 30 seconds breaks go by so fast, so does that 30 minutes. So it's good.
It's true. It's true. And remember, people will be watching you also. And there may be some people who say, they were waiting and watching to see what you do. And they'll wait till January, and they may feel kind of bad about themselves. They may be afraid to step up and ask for some help. But if you have friends that need some help, tell them about our group. If you're doing a program other than a Beachbody program, you're still welcome to come into this group and share the motivation and help each other. Yeah. That's what we're about. All right.
And I'm open. Anybody can message me in the group at any time with any questions. And if I don't have an answer or know the answer, I will find somebody who does.
Exactly.
So.
All right. Well, I'm going to close the call, and if anybody has any questions, this is a recording. Since you're not watching live,
it will not self-destruct.
We are alive, but this is
We're
a
actually
recording.
living in your tiny screen. Let us out! Help!
Help! And the goal this month is maintain, don't gain. And the way that you do that is you take it one day at a time, and you never beat yourself up about what happened yesterday. Your what is it? What's that old phrase? Let it go, let it go. Okay, that's not what I was saying.
The rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason.
There you go. There. All right. And that's our ending. My sweater won't stay on. That's our ending phrase, our quote. You may quote Tom.
Zen of the day.
That's our Zen of the day. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you very much. Namaste. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.